Hi Venkatesh, can you hear me?
Hi, Lalit. Yes, yes. Can you hear me? Yes,
Yes, I can hear you.
yes, yes.
Okay, so how are things with you?
I just on my video also. So, first thing first, how are you?
All good, all good, all well. So good
Nice.
to see you after a gap.
Very after, I guess, again a gap. Yeah, vacations, long weekends. I guess we have to, because that's when the
Hmm.
corporate people get a chance to go out.
That's perfectly fine. It's all right. So learning and fun
So,
should go hand in hand.
yes, but before starting this session, I just wanted like, are we on the track to like finishing the course or like halfway or midway? Or is of course these breaks are causing some delays, but
Hmm. We are on track as of now.
we're
Okay,
on track.
we are on track. See, the thing is, since it's a personal interaction, so even if say you are not connecting, you are not
Hmm.
missing on something.
Okay,
If
that's awesome.
so, had it been a group session, then of course you might have to catch up by going through recordings and all. So
Okay,
this
so
is
you
how it
conduct
works.
also. So you
Sorry.
conduct group.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
but isn't that crazy? Like in a group, everyone is being vulnerable, sharing their secrets. That's crazy. I feel, but yeah.
So the thing is, it depends upon their comfort.
Uh,
So that's why when I connect initially now, I check it out and
hmm.
then I also ask them in certain cases.
Okay.
So in certain cases, people are comfortable, then they go for group kind of a session. But
Hmm.
mostly when I see that people are not, then I even don't recommend.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
So yes, we can start a session.
great. So now, see, as far as the program is concerned or the way we are going, that is one part of it. What is more important is the application part.
Application. Yes.
So if you are able to apply the learnings and those who are giving you results, then you are on track.
Then so like I am absolutely on track then.
So that
Because
should rest all your doubts that you are on track. So that's most important thing.
because the week which I had, I
Hmm.
mean, my work relationship just went from, if we start before starting it was at, if let's say 30, it's now reached at 85. You can say
That's great to know. But if from 30 to
yes.
85 in this short span, you have been able to move. So what is working well for you now?
Now I'm first, as you said, like work culture. So I was very overwhelmed with the corporate politics. So I was always holding myself back,
Hmm.
keeping my ego in between. I was always letting my ego interfere with my judgment.
Hmm.
But right now, I guess it's just that when I got shifted to this new project, new people,
Hmm.
and those people were also new and like they were also humble. They were also like, what do you call, the vibe which they gave me, that itself allowed me to like be open, like be casual,
Hmm.
open up more. Like that was like we had a great time to the point where we all went out yesterday to Lower
Hmm.
Parel, where we all had fun, had some drinks, and
Hmm.
then yeah, we partied till 11 o'clock. Yeah, that's good.
That's good. So this is also taking care of something, the loneliness part of it.
A lot because after 11, I called one of my friend who stays in Bandra. He called me, he invited me to his party. So
Hmm.
I went to his party and I reached home at 4 o'clock in the morning. So
Hmm.
I mean, of course, there was a little bit of drinking, but this I had done after a very long time. So I allowed myself that okay, fine,
Hmm.
ek din hai, chal paए. You
Hmm.
can't be so hard on yourself that no, I can't be like this.
Hmm.
So it took care of the loneliness thing a lot.
Okay. That's great. And as far as this journaling is concerned, how are you finding it currently?
Yeah, it is good. It is good. But the best part is Having said that, but I have to like write it multiple times because 2 days the same thing were happening.
Hmm.
Like there was no change, the
Hmm.
same thing.
Hmm.
So I was thinking whether should I write it or like or not or like
Hmm. Hmm. Uh, I think we discussed last time also, somewhere you stated like again and again writing the same thing. So there are two ways to look at it. Is writing helping you in some way? Yes or no? That's the first thing.
yes, it was helping, but now it is like engraved in me. So I just look for these opportunities and like if there is some drastic change, then only I feel like I should note it down.
Okay. So if those are internalized for you and you feel that
Yes.
there is no need, then what you can do is after this session, the sheet that I will share with you, we will do away with the things that you have been doing till now. I will
Okay.
just include the new things,
Okay.
something new.
Okay.
So you may try with that. Okay.
Let's try that. Let's try that.
So the reason why I kept the earlier thing was also because somewhere what happens as we are moving along, we forget the earlier things, and this happens with most of the people.
That that's how human brain functions. Like to get new information comes out, so comes in, so old information has to go out.
So that is why I intentionally kept all those things. Now, if you are stating that it has become a part of your being and you are able to do all these things on your own, so let's do a try and see that if
Yes.
you are not doing those things and just doing the new things which are being given to you, is it still helping, or otherwise we can go back to the earlier?
Okay. Makes
Okay.
sense. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great. Anything you want to discuss before we move forward from the last 15 days? Something transpired that you would like to share or talk about?
I would share a good positive feedback. Like in last 15 days, there's a certain level of calmness, peace, since I'm internalizing so many things right now. So there's a sense of calm, peace. You
Mm,
can say I become more mature, more
okay.
patient,
Mm,
rather than and I'm cultivating and this I mentioned in my journal also. I'm cultivating a attracting what do you call rather than chasing, I'm attracting.
okay.
I have this chasing mentality. So
Mm,
it's like चलो अभी महीने के 2 लाख हो गए. Now next is 4 lakhs. Next is 6 lakhs. अरे
mm,
ये वो लड़की like in general
mm,
chasing
mm,
mentality that is completely gone. Now I'm more in the moment present and I'm attracting.
mm. So you are not chasing people, things are coming to you.
Yes, yes.
Mm, okay. So is it with respect to money only or other aspects also?
Other aspects also. Like I'll give you a small example. Yesterday,
Mm,
as I said, I'd gone to my friend's party. It was in a club. So I was just over there dancing quietly. So in the entire span I was there for like 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours. I got approached by at least 5 girls.
mm,
That's where my morals came into question because I'm not that kind of guy, as I said earlier also, that wo club mein jaake, like I'm not going to do that kind of shit because I'm not that guy who goes into clubs, hooks up with random people. You know this
mm,
culture which we have, up culture. I'm not a
mm,
big fan of it. I'm not a big part of it. But deep down, my principles were being tested, my values were being tested, and for slight 1%, you can say I was feeling like, yeah, should I go for it? Should I go for it? But then I
mm,
backed out. I'm like, no,
mm,
this is not you. Later on, you'll
mm,
regret it. So
mm,
even after being that drunk, having the state, like having the what do you call? It? You can think so much. Like
mm.
that is where the game has changed. I think
So you have become more conscious. That's what also is coming through.
more conscious, more conscious.
Conscious. So one
Irrespective
is
of how many drinks I'm having, irrespective of where I am, like I'm more conscious of where I am, how am I interacting, like all those stuff.
mm,
Since my
mm,
principles and values are so clear to me, so I don't
mm.
mess with it.
So what you are doing, what you are supposed to be doing, so you have that understanding and you are able to check on
Yes.
yourself. That's what is happening.
Having said that, since we are humans, that 1%, you can say that chanchal, what do you call that? you in your video you mentioned that impulsive brain. He's
Yeah.
like, "Hey, bro, let's go for it. It's just a night. When will you do this? You're just 25. You'll never be 25 right ever in your life.
Mm,
Go for it. Go for it."
mm,
But then my mature brain was like, "No, don't. You do not. You will regret it tomorrow. Right now, the impulsive brain is full. Like he's high because you fed him alcohol. So this internal what do you call it? Conversation goes around.
mm, mm. So which is very profound. If you are able to develop that sense, that kind of consciousness within you, where you're able to stop, that's good. Interesting.
Yes,
So now you're attracting people towards yourself, and then you are also able
yes,
to decide what to do.
yes. And in terms of business, also the market was like going nowhere. Like there
Mm,
wasn't any opportunities.
mm,
The impulsive mind in me, which was like 1 month before, he would have traded and caused unnecessary losses. But
mm,
whereas this matured brain has taken over and he's like, no need to trade. Enjoy. Enjoy your life outside trading. It's fine. Focus on your
mm.
project. And I did that. Not only did I get good profit, but I saved my capital also. Like, because that's the mistake which I made in July month. And that caused me a lot of losses.
Yes,
So
you did mention that took some calls which didn't pay off. Right.
because I was impulsive कि अरे मेरा काम है डे ट्रेडिंग करना मेरे को लेना ही पड़ेगा. That is a
Mm.
problem which everyone faces, all the traders.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah, I
yes,
have to do it. If I don't do it, then not doing something which is right.
yes, and I'm not being productive. I'm a
Mm,
failure. All those
mm,
internal conflict, internal talks start to pour out, and then you force yourself to take trade, and
mm,
then you cause yourself a big financial loss, and then you regret yourself. Then you kick like you go into this rabbit hole. Like, अरे यार
mm.
क्यों किया है रे? Blah blah blah. Like you know it. So now that has stopped completely.
It's good. And what is your family, friends, etc. saying? Are they noticing any change?
They are like my parents were of course asking me पहले से ही कि advice financial advices regarding real estate property. That is a fine thing. But now it's like apart from those, the conversation first was just revolving around business deals. But now it is more what do you call personal oriented. My friends are also asking me, like we are having this great conversation, you can say, with my family, friends, like all of us. We are having this great conversation where we are being more vulnerable, we are being more what do you call matured, you can say. Easy to
Mhm.
summarize.
Mm. Great. So good to see the changes that you have been experiencing last little over a month or so. So now what we
Yes,
have covered till now is part of the awareness. Okay, so that's where you went through this state change baselines. You prepared the plan of change also.
yes,
And then the last couple of sessions, we worked on your internal mental coding also. Now,
yes,
what I would recommend you strongly is if you're doing it's good. If you're not, then practicing in those e-codes that we created last time for you. If you remember, we created your
yes,
empowering codes. Practice them continuously.
yes.
That is one to so that they change your mental conditioning. Second is what's also possible is on certain occasions you may come across some new encodes. That's also quite possible. When you are wanting to do something, things not going your way, so there could be encodes
Mm,
visiting you. If that
mm.
happens, apply the same methodology, convert them into e-code, and start practicing.
Okay, done.
Okay. That's very important. So now, what we are going to move forward now is talk. This section is known as outcomes plus. So what
Okay,
is an outcome plus? Is see right now we spend some time on self awareness and also working on your mindset. Now this is the time where we are going to talk about the possibilities. That what is it
okay.
that you want to accomplish in your life? What is it that you want to achieve? Why we are doing it right now is very simple. That the groundwork is done. If we would have
Mm,
done this earlier, the chances of you sticking the process would have been low.
yes,
Now, since the foundation is laid down, and we're now talking about achievements which are slightly more external in nature,
yes,
this is the right time to do that. Okay, because your inner DNA is aligned with your mental coding.
mental coding.
So how we are going to do it is, of course, we will be doing certain small activities. So the first activity that I would like you to do now is list down 50 outcomes that you want for yourself in your life.
Okay.
Okay. So it is like preparing a laundry list kind of a thing.
It can be highly materialistic, right?
Uh, don't talk about going to moon and all those kind of a things. So
No,
outcomes
no,
are
realistic. Like
realistic.
buying a Lamborghini.
Uh, so those kind of things would be there. And how you need to do it, uh, if you can write 50, it's good. If you find it little challenging, then you can take the help of Wheel of Life. 8 areas, each area, think about 8 to 10 outcomes. And then when
Wow.
you will put them together, you will have your 50.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
That
Okay.
method
So
is simple.
So that helps you also in keeping your outcomes balanced, that you are not
Hmm.
skewed towards only one aspect of life, and it gets little easy also. So that is the first step. Once you have done that, then against each outcome, mention the timeline. So there are three kind of timelines which you can mention: 1 year,
Okay.
3 years, or 5 years.
Okay.
Okay. If it is beyond 5 year, then you can write 5 plus. 1 year, three
Okay.
year, 5 year, and 5 plus. Okay.
Got it.
So complete these two steps now, and then we'll move forward. So you can do this in your notebook. I think it should
So
take you 10
okay.
minutes. Yeah.
So first I have to list down 50 outcomes which I want, and then I have to list them according to 3 years, 5 years, two
So
years, 1 year.
you just have to mention against them. So when you have
Okay.
written the outcome against that, mention 1 year. So you write one. If
Okay.
it is 3 years, then write three. If it is 5 years,
Okay.
then write five. If it is more than five, then write five, please. So,
Awesome. Awesome. Because one minute, right? Just give me a minute. Okay, it's in my other book. So I already developed this plan in
fantastic.
terms in terms of my business, and but of course it was skewed to only one aspect, career and business. So I already developed this plan. So I have that. So awesome.
So it will be easy for you now to do it. The only thing is you might have to think a little more. So how you can start with, write one area like career. In that,
Hmm.
you write down the goals and the timelines. Then you
Okay.
go into the second area, like say friends and family. Write down
Yes.
8, 10 outcomes and the respective
Yes.
timelines. So
Yes.
likewise, go by one area after another. So it will
Hmm.
be more structured.
Okay.
Okay. So let's start
I'll
doing it.
just.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So let me know once you are done. Typically, it will take you, I think, 10 to 15 minutes. That's it.
Yes.
So how many you could write?
I could. I could write one, two, three, four, 35.
5.
35.
35. Okay. And how was the experience of doing this? Anything you want to share?
Uh, it's on the camera. So it was more like it gave me more clarity because the 35 things which I wrote down, those are all possible. Like I didn't write down any like random thing which came into my mind. So these were the things which I will achieve. Just needed to like write it down so that I have a sense of awareness.
And have you also marked the timelines?
Yes,
Please
yes,
have
I have.
water. Have water. Have
Yeah.
water.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So
Yeah.
now from all the 1 year outcomes that you have selected,
Hmm.
just select top three.
Top three.
Yeah.
Okay. Of course. Okay, done.
Now rank these top three
Mhm.
in your order of priority. That which one want
Am I
you want to accomplish first, which one you would like to accomplish next. So in that ranking.
done?
Done. Fantastic. So what are the outcomes that came out top three?
This is embarrassing, but yeah, my top outcome like is finding a girl like to be in a relationship.
Okay, it's fine.
I'm not desperate, but that is a goal.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Number two.
and it's crazy. Like, yeah. Second is uh take a close look at medical reports of my parents, me included, and take up action accordingly.
Okay. So it is about the health and medical
Of
reports
the
of self and
parents, my parents
okay.
and my and now last like not last third is trade the scalping strategy which I have and find more data, like go into more data analytics and have a clear sense of when to execute and when not to. Basically, like perfecting the strategy which I'm doing.
For the second one that you stated, is it a one-time activity or does it require some kind of planning?
It requires planning.
So for taking care of your checking the health of self and the family, it requires planning for you. Okay.
Yes. I mean, yeah, it has to be planned. Like this is the you have to plan the date when this has to take place. And the thing
Mhm.
is, like, this is the immediate action which has to be taken. For my parents have done the reports, but I don't know no, what are the faults, what is it. It's high time I take the responsibility.
So I think comes across more as an action that you
More as
just
a
have more as an action. You haven't been
yes,
able to find time. You need to check their reports. Okay.
yes, yes.
So instead of this, just consider if you can choose some other outcome in 1 year.
Okay,
Because this you can do.
okay, yeah. This is an action which is not like this is not a goal. This is
Ah,
a necessary. Okay, okay. So the third, so the order changes completely then. I mean, not completely. My trading goes second, and third one is learn, master, and master the drums,
so it's
recreation.
about drums. Fine. So drums also you are learning already.
Hmm. Yes,
So that's also you are doing. So when you are saying mastering, do you need to do something extra?
yes. I have to dedicate more time. I haven't been that consistent.
Okay, that's fine. So these are the top three outcomes. You also have the ranking according to you. Now what we are going to
Yes.
do is we will do use a prioritization tool.
Okay.
Okay, to do the ranking based on certain parameters.
Okay.
And in order to do so, you will go to your coaching hub. But before you do so, what I will do, I will show you the demo tool, how it needs to be done, and then you can do it on your own. Okay.
Okay.
So give me a moment. And in the meantime, if you want to have water, please take it. I think you are having cough.
Uh, Sorry. Yeah. Yes.
So now I am sharing the screen. Okay.
Okay.
So I have already broadcasted the tool to you. So once you are going to access your coaching hub, you will be
Mhm.
coming across a link which is outcome. And when you will click on that, so don't do it right now. First, just listen here, just watch it, what, how it needs to be done, and then you can do it. Are you with me?
Yeah, yeah, I am. I am.
Okay, great. So you will be coming across this screen where you will find certain criteria. So what is time upfront? So time upfront is the time that you need to get started with your outcome.
Okay.
Okay. So how soon you can start with doing the thing that you want to do. So that is the time upfront. Time ongoing is once you start, how much time the process is going to take.
Hmm.
Okay. Third, excitement. Like whatever you want to accomplish, how exciting it comes across to you. Do you enjoy the process of doing it? Are you
Hmm.
really enthused about the actions that you are going to take? That's the excitement. Number four is difficulty. How difficult this thing seems to you. Do you have the necessary skill set currently, or you don't find yourself equipped with it?
Got it. Got it.
Okay. Impact 90 days is that once you have achieved this in the short term, what kind of impact is it going to create for you? What kind of new opportunities you will be coming across once you achieve this outcome? And impact 25 years is the long term.
Okay.
That overall, if you look at your life in a long term, how this outcome is related to it and how what kind of impact it will be creating. Is it clear?
Okay. Yeah, yeah, this is clear.
Once you do that, at the bottom, you will go into start activity. So here you will be coming across a grid like this. So what you are required to do is you will write your priorities in the order that you have chosen them. So number one, right here, number two, and then number three. Okay.
Okay.
You also write their predicted ranking according to you. So whatever you have given as first ranking, you write one, then you will write two, then you will write three.
Okay.
Is it after that? Now you have to do a scoring. How this scoring needs to be done? That first parameter is time upfront, meaning if you need a lot of time to start working on this outcome, that means the time upfront is most. So you will
Yes.
give the score of one. If it is you can something which you can start quickly, you will give the time upfront as five.
Fine.
And
Okay.
accordingly, if it is in between, you can also give the scores of two, three, or four.
Okay.
Same way as the time ongoing. If it is going to take a long time for completion, that means the processing time is high, then you will give one. If it is low, then you will give five, and accordingly in
Okay.
between. Difficulty level, if it is very difficult, if it is something which is coming across as too difficult, then one. If the difficulty level is lowest, then you will give five.
Okay.
Same way we go for enjoyment. If it is highly enjoyable, give one. If it is not enjoyable at all, then give five.
Okay.
Impact same and 25 years also same. Is it clear? Yeah, Venkatesh, are you back? You are on mute.
Yeah, yeah, I'm back. I'm back. Yeah, my
So this
network
is,
got disconnected.
I saw that you got logged out. So, so this is the way this activity needs to be done for all the three priorities. So here you will be getting a total score, and once you submit this, you will come up with the number one priority according to this criteria. If you are clear,
Got it. Yes,
then
yes, it is clear.
now you go into your coaching hub and you start doing it there. Once you have done this, then you can share like what was the ranking or the order which came out according to system. If you have
Okay,
any doubt, then you can ask.
okay,
Uh, Now let me share my screen with you, and what I'm going to do is introduce you to a process which we are going to use for proceeding with your outcome. So this
okay.
process is known as INCRED process. I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, incredible.
INCRED process. So this is the process which we are going to discuss to move forward. So many a times what happens is when we do have our outcomes and goals, uh, we may start with this improve, but then there is also a tendency of giving up in between. As we move forward, we come across certain challenges, life comes in between, and now most people are not able to stick to it. And that's why sometimes goals or outcomes just remain wishes and dreams. Okay.
Mm.
So this process is an antidote to that. That if you do the planning in the right way, and if you have your goal designed in a structured manner, the chances of you sticking to it and accomplishing it are significantly higher. So here are some examples. So before going to example, let's understand the process. So the process, INCRED is an acronym. I is for intelligible, which states that while we are crafting our outcomes, keeping them simple and focused is important. That means be
Mm.
very specific is what about you want.
Yes.
Second is N, which is for navigate. Navigate is how will you know that you have achieved your outcome? What is going to be the success metric? Okay. So defining that success metric against which you are going to measure your progress is what is taken care of in navigate part of it. C is challenging. So here you assess that do you have the required ability? Do you have the required skills to accomplish your outcome? If no, then identifying what are the skills that you would require so that you can prepare yourself accordingly. Are you with me,
Okay.
Venkatesh?
Yes, yes, I am. I am.
R is for real. And that is also one of the reasons I asked you not to write anything which is very vague. So R is for real, which means it must be achievable. If somebody else has done it, whom you can look up to, it's even better. If
Okay.
not, then at least that confirmation should be there that this is achievable and not something which has not been achieved till now by any. Meaning it has to be realistic. A is exact. Okay. Now this is interesting. This part talks about writing your outcome in a present tense. Okay. Not in the future. But I will do this instead of this. It is about writing in present tense so that your subconscious mind starts believing into it that you have already achieved it. D is do it. Now, this is about commitment. What is your commitment to work on this outcome? What commitment, or let's call it, it's more of the action part that we are talking about here. But what action are you going to take? These steps are clear, Venkatesh.
Yes, yes, very clear.
Now let's look at some of the examples. Yeah, you're saying something?
No, no, no.
Okay. Let's look at some of the examples. So, non-incred is normal outcome is I will improve my food habits and workouts. Okay. So the idea is to improve my health. So this becomes outcome. Now, our incred outcome will be for the next 30 days, I will record my food, track my workouts, make a list of the things that I'm allowed to eat, and throw the junk food out and do weight training on these many days. Second, let's look at this one. I will launch a new business. This is a non-incred outcome. Incred outcome
Hmm.
is next 30 days, I will work on my business idea at least 15 hours per week, interview the potential customers, identify the pain points, and sign at least one customer for a paid contract. And to do
Okay.
this, I will also take measures on daily basis to rate my own satisfaction to ensure that this business idea is satisfying me mentally. So if you look at it, an incred outcome is a statement which once you read, you get a clear understanding of what is it that you intend to accomplish and how you are going to do it.
Yes.
So once you get that kind of clarity, let's say if you are reading your outcome on daily basis, the chances of you taking the action, working in that direction are high. One of the reasons is see our brain seeks clarity, and once there is a clarity, in order to achieve what you want, what is it that you should be doing? You start working into that direction. Many a times we don't do, but we don't achieve outcome. Is somewhere we have this vague idea that what we want, but how can we reach there? That is missing. Now, our brain is a comfort seeker. It always tries to protect ourselves. So consider if you touch a hot iron, you immediately remove your hand. If
Yes.
you put your hand into fire, so the brain is a protector. So whenever there is a slightest hint of discomfort, it induces an action so that you start protecting yourself. So here, when the clarity is lacking, there's a discomfort coming into play. Brain says, okay, leave it. You don't know how to do, how you are going to do. Continue doing what you are already doing. Why do you want to go even? Making sense?
Hmm.
So that's
Got it.
the that's the reasoning behind it. Now, in order to help you frame your outcome, what we are going to do is just answer these questions one by one, each step, so that by the end of it, you will have your incred outcome in place. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
So first you write down the outcome that you already have written, which is your thing about drums, right?
So, should I write the question also, write the outcome you have in mind?
No, no. So do one thing, write the question also so that you can use it later.
Or is you can share the PDF
I
afterwards?
can I can share the PDF also. That is also possible. So do one thing, you can just write the answer. I
Okay.
will send you the PDF.
So, mastering the drums.
Okay.
Master. Yeah.
Next is intelligible. So you write intelligible in that it is what do you want to accomplish?
I want to be a I want to be a good drum player.
Okay, write it down. When do you want to do this?
I want to do this year
Okay. And why is this is an outcome?
because I realized having an I realized the importance of having a hobby and being good at it.
Fine. So you can write that down.
Yeah, done.
Next is navigate. So how are you going to measure the progress and see if you have successfully achieved your outcome?
Over here, like by measuring the notes which I'm playing. There are basic notes, then there are average notes, and there are expert level notes. So I can measure them by in drums also we have notes. So if I'm playing the basic notes, that means I'm not making any progress. And if I'm starting to play good like average notes, I'm talking in terms of difficulty, right? So
So this is fine. What is required over here is when you are talking about this outcome, what is the level of proficiency you are wanting to achieve?
okay,
Is it your basic? Is it average or is it the expert level? What is it that you are looking for?
expert level.
So that means how will you measure your progress? How that once you are able to play the expert level notes, that's what you're looking
Yes.
for. And that is how you will know you have achieved your outcome.
Yeah.
Next is challenging. So which is about now when you look at it, do you have the skills to play the expert level notes?
No, not at all.
Not at all. Can you obtain them?
Of course.
Oh, yes, you can.
Yes,
Now,
yes.
what is the motivation for this outcome?
I said I want to have a hobby which will keep me going on because I realize the importance of hobby.
So this is the reason why you are starting off. Okay.
Okay.
Now, motivation is something which can keep you going.
Yeah, motivation is making my weekends more worthwhile.
Motivation is
Making my weekends more
ah,
worthwhile for me, like more productive.
okay. Anything else that comes to your mind apart from this?
Yeah, I always wanted to play drums since I was a kid, but finally I got an opportunity right now.
Okay. And once you learn it, do you also plan to play it somewhere?
Yeah, I want to play it in a band. Like I want to have my own band.
So now you have the motivation.
Yes.
Write down these three things that we just spoke. And additionally, also, if there is something else which is coming to your mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Is the amount of effort required on par with what the outcome will achieve? So the amount of effort, that means the time, money,
Uh,
resources. Hmm.
Minus the last week,
Hmm.
the effort is on par.
So effort on par is like once you say have achieved this.
Okay.
So the fruit, will it be justifying
But
the labor that you are putting in?
yes, it will. Yes.
Right, you can write yes.
Okay.
Now, why are you setting this outcome now? How is it aligned with other objectives?
Uh, why? As I said, like I want to have my own band. I never got an opportunity to play drums, and
Why now? Why
finally,
not later?
because I realized that I am right now I'm young, yet
Hmm.
not that young, and I have more free time, which I know I will never get in my life. So rather invest this time learning some good skills or hobby.
Okay. So the reasons that coming up, because your age is on your side, you also
Yes,
have sufficient time, and
yes,
learning now will also give you the opportunity to play it in some bed, which you may not get later.
yes. And also I have less responsibility since I have to just take care
Less
of myself.
responsibility.
Yes.
Right now, all these things.
Yeah.
Is it aligned with other objectives?
Yes, it is.
Okay. How?
Because I'm just dedicating a portion of my weekend to do this, whereas I'm dedicating most of my time in other objectives.
So you will be able to spend your weekends. That is what is coming through. Okay.
Yes.
Anything else that is coming to your mind? How? So if you have other objectives that you have outlined for yourself, how is it going to help you in those objectives?
Build a growth mindset because I have no skills, but I just have the dedication and the motivation and the discipline to show up. So,
Okay. Sounds good. You can write that.
yeah.
What is the deadline? By when are you planning to do this?
Expert level, let us give it 8 months.
8 months.
Yes.
Okay. So write down the month and the year by which you are planning to achieve it.
8 months from now will be April.
April 2025.
Yes.
Is it realistic?
Yes.
Okay. What's your commitment regarding this outcome? That means,
Uh,
what are the actions you are going to take to achieve this outcome?
Show up to each and every session. Take the training sessions more seriously. Every
Hmm.
Monday, go practice over there. Take the practice session also seriously as the learning session. And
Hmm.
yeah, be consistent. Like, don't miss the classes.
Okay. So you write down all these things, whatever you just stated.
Yeah.
Now you have to merge all these responses, what you just wrote, to form a
Okay.
single statement, the way we saw it. So it should have all the elements that you discussed, not necessarily that you need to write all the things that you have written in individual responses, but it should be combined together to form a single statement, something similar to, I think, this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's start. I think you have cold all of a sudden, or like it was earlier.
Sorry.
So now you are coughing. Is it some allergy or you had cold?
No, no, it's allergy.
Allergy, no? I thought so. I
Dust
thought
allergy.
I thought it's otherwise hangover of last night.
Combination of both.
once you are done.
Yes. Done.
Okay. So what is it now? If you read your infinite outcome, is it giving
Okay.
you more clarity?
Yes.
Do you get more confidence? Yes. Now, how you need to go about it? And what is it that
More
you can?
confidence, more clarity, and more like this. Initial the laziness part will go away. I feel.
Hmm. Laziness part will go, so that you now also have a clarity in terms of what actions you need to take to move forward, right?
Yes.
Okay, great. So now what we are going to do is we will be going further to test this outcome, that whether this is really aligned or not, or what else needs to be done so that you are actually able to accomplish it. Okay. So the next step here, are you comfortable in continuing or you want break?
No, no, I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable.
You're comfortable. Now what you need to do is take out your baselines, the
Okay.
top six baselines, and check against all these baselines that if you achieve this outcome, whether that baseline will be satisfied or not satisfied.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so can you take me through your baselines, like how these are getting expressed or not expressed?
So abundance, of course, like by achieving expert level, this thing, like abundance, I'll be able to achieve since I'll be learning expert level. I'll be an expert at drums.
Hmm.
So dominance also, since I have achieved like the expert level thing, so I'll be dominating. I'll be playing it a lot.
Hmm.
Investing because I've invested so much time in the process. Hence,
Hmm.
investing is also expressed. Mastery, once I have achieved expert level, so that itself is a testament that I have achieved mastery.
Mm.
Trust, I can trust, I can trust in myself for trusting the process. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm.
And growth is also expressed since it is helping me cultivate a growth mindset.
So growth is also expressed for you because it is helping you build your growth mindset. Okay.
Growth mindset.
Okay. This is good. Now, what this states is why we did this activity is, as you may recall, we have discussed earlier that in those scenarios where your baselines are getting expressed, you feel happy, and the places where you feel happy, you progress more, and where you
Yes.
progress more, you get more success.
Exactly.
So, the purpose of doing this activity was to ensure that while you are trying to accomplish this, is it really aligned to your baseline, or it will be adversely impacting that? Because many a times when we
Hmm.
try to accomplish something which is not aligned, uh, we come across some obstacles and then we give up in between.
Got it.
Yeah, so that's the reason why we did this activity. For other outcomes also, as and when you are doing the planning, you must do this similar exercise.
Hmm.
Okay.
Got it.
Now let's do our next step. When you think about this outcome that you have to achieve it, okay,
Hmm.
what kind of encodes are coming to your mind? What are the possible internal resistances coming
You
to
don't
you?
have that much time.
Yes.
You have to focus on your career and not on your hobby.
Mm.
And
A couple of minutes, think through and write down all the encodes that are coming to your mind.
you won't be able to be consistent since you have to travel a lot.
Mm. So I am
Lot
not
in
going to
sense
be consistent.
on occasions. On occasions, you have to travel a lot, and eventually the work pressure will get to you, and you can't be able to manage it.
So write down all these encodes which are coming to your mind that I will not be able to complete, I will not be consistent, work pressure will come in between. All those things that are coming to your mind, write them down. Write single statements, separate single statement for every.
Done.
How many have you written?
I've written three.
Okay. And which are these?
It's mainly aligned to because of work pressure, you won't be able to be consistent. uh, since you will travel on long weekends, go here and there.
Hmm.
So again, you won't be consistent. You will miss classes,
Fine. So what you are
eventually the work pressure. Main part is work pressure. Will get to you. You will give up.
so work pressure will give up. That is one. Second is will make you give up. Second is on long weekends you will be
Travel.
travel,
Yes.
so you won't be consistent. Any other?
Any other thing? In order for me to achieve this, I have to stay put in Bombay for a while. So same, that comes to the travel part only.
So now convert these encodes into ecodes.
Keywords.
Yeah. Write them in present tense and something which is empowering.
Yeah, done.
Okay. Can you
I
please
just
read
summed
it?
it up. Like I summed up both encodes into one equal only.
Okay, what is that?
Irrespective of work pressure or you're traveling on long weekends, just show up whenever you have time. Eventually, the goal will be achieved. Maybe not in April, but in June.
Okay, now that don't do that because the wrong
Okay.
message will be going to brain. So from the starting only you are showing that if you want to keep it June, then keep it June. Okay,
No,
that's
no,
fine.
no, no, no,
But
no.
yeah, so if you want to keep it April, then let it be April. So E code should be something in starting with I and more in present tense. So I am able to make time for learning this activity or learning the drums from my busy schedule. I organize my time well. So something on the similar line will be more helpful.
Yes, done.
Okay. So what is it that you have written?
I'm able to make time for learning drums, irrespective of work pressure, and
Hmm.
I'm able to achieve work-life balance. And like since I'm good at time organizing.
So will you be able to recall this statement since it's slightly lengthy?
Yes, yes.
Great. So whenever now this thought again comes to you, you will have to practice this E code so that you are able to replace your N codes, which may come into the way of you accomplishing your objectives. So that's one.
God.
Now also let's talk about uh, external resistances. Okay. So this codes we spoke about are within you.
Yes.
Outside of you, what are going to be the real world challenges that you can anticipate?
Real world silence.
So if you say you are working on to achieve that expert level proficiency in your drum,
Okay.
what can stop you?
If I'm relocated back to Pune, no, even that won't stop me. I'll just find a new class for there. Uh,
So, for example, say you spoke about time and the work related challenges.
yes.
So, these could be real also. So, one is you might be thinking about them, and the
Yes.
second is that there are actual challenges where your work becomes so hectic that you are not able to
Do it.
find time.
Yes.
This could be one challenge.
Yes.
Okay. So, similarly, what other challenges you can think?
If the teacher is on a break,
Okay. Teacher is on a break. Yeah.
but that is not a resistance. That is just like
Hmm.
we have to accept it, right?
So that's
Resistance
an
is really something.
external challenge is what we are talking about. Something which may come in between
Okay.
you achieving your outcome by the defined timeline.
So, teacher relocating or the class stopping due to less demand.
Yeah.
No.
So the class may end abruptly because there are not enough students. The teacher may
Yes.
decide to move, uh,
Somewhere else.
or is, and then of course you may have to decide to relocate. So that's also a possibility. I think which you stated.
Yes.
Okay. So these are the external challenges. So what you
Yes.
are now supposed to do, if this does happen, what will you do?
Hmm. Just find a new class.
Find a new class. That's great. And if work takes over and there is too much of pressure, what will you do then?
Yes, work. Then I have to make time. Like I have to make time. Like I have to dedicate my Sundays to towards that goal, no matter what.
Can we say that you may devote more time on Sundays towards this outcome?
Yes, since work maximum will be till Saturday, so I have Sunday for me for sure.
So Sundays can be utilized towards the achievement of this outcome.
Yes.
Okay, so this becomes the possible solution. So you may write it down.
Yeah.
So similarly, you may think over some other challenges, think through it, and then write them down. So in the next session, when we are going to move forward, we will
Okay.
similarly discuss how to address those challenges.
In terms of achieving drums only, right?
Achieving this drum song. Beyond that, any
Okay.
other
What?
challenges are there, you may write them down, but we anyways discuss at the beginning of the session.
Yeah. Yeah.
So right now it's with respect to this outcome only.
Okay.
See what we are doing over here, we are trying to create a watertight plan
Hmm.
even before starting off. Okay.
Got it.
So we have made this outcome statement very crisp, clear, so that you get a clarity. What is it that you want to achieve? Why it is important for you and how you are going to do it. Then we are also
Yes.
checking it out that is this not conflicting with your baselines. Okay. If it is not conflicting with your
Yes.
baselines, you feel happy, you will be able to put through and overcome the challenges. Then we have also identified what can stop you internally, which is your mental
Hmm.
goals. And we have identified the specific goals with respect to this outcome.
Yeah.
And now we are working on the external challenges that may come into your way. Once we have identified them
Got it.
completely, and you also have, it's not that we are only identifying the challenges, we are also working on solutions parallelly.
Yes.
So once you start, you have your toolkit with you and
Hmm.
you know when to use which tool.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the whole idea. So we'll take it forward from
Awesome.
here on in the next session. Anything you want to ask before we close this today's
No, no.
session?
It's it's fun actually. Like now, internet, like its entire process is fun. Like now that I'm understanding. Like okay, so it's fun and quite excited for the future sessions.
Fantastic. Same here. I'm also excited to work with you as we move forward
Mm.
from here on.
Yes.
Uh, so Venkatesh, we have one option. In case weekly sessions you are not comfortable, we can do them fortnightly also. So that option is available with me. However, if you have time, then let's continue weekly.
Okay, okay. I didn't get it again. Fourth weekly in the sense like
No, 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 no.
uh
I'm saying in fortnightly, not four weekly. Fortnightly means every 15 days.
no way, no. That
Weekly.
is non-negotiable.
Yeah. So let's
In
do it
fact,
weekly then. Yeah, sorry. Tell me.
in fact, in my brain, I thought every 4 days we are doing a session. So I was happy if we are doing more sessions.
No, no, every 4 days is not required. So weekly is fair enough. So you can do work on the elements that we are discussing, and then we'll meet next week to take it forward.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much, Lalit. Have a
Thank
great day. Yeah.
you.
Happy weekend. Bye.
Thank you. Same to you.